You're welcome again. You're welcome. How has your day been? I'm your friend, Nurse Folusho Bosede. And I've been having a lot of DM messages asking me whether I have a school as a nurse. You understand? Maybe I'm a proprietress of a private school or something. And I've been answering questions upon questions upon questions, but I think it is high time I just let people know a little bit about what I do as a registered nurse. I'm a registered nurse with over 20 years experience as a nurse. And it might also interest you that currently I work as a chief matron, chief nursing officer at National Orthopedic Hospital, Igbobi, Lagos. It's an orthopedic setting. And I also, apart from being a registered nurse, I did a post-basic nursing course in accident and emergency nursing. And the place I work currently, they are into both orthopedics, trauma, which is accident and emergency, arthroplasty. They do all manners of things. You understand? And I will also want you to know that currently I will soon be rounding up my bachelor's of nursing science. So, because these days when you see people moving, there should be personal growth, and of course there should be career growth. So as you're growing physically, you're growing financially, you're growing whatever, there should be room for personal development. And of course, there should be room for career development. So, and based on the questions that people have been asking, do you have school? Where is your school based? I want to let you know that I don't run any school. I don't have any private school. But what I do is, community volunteering on health. I think about precisely 2021, September 26, in the area I live, as early as 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning. I used to go, when on my way to work in the morning, as early as 5:36, so that I'll be able to catch my bus because of traffic. I used to see some boys, some girls, as early as that time, most of them had fallen by the gutter. Most of them sleeping on the floor, by the counter of the people that sell all manners of hard drugs for them and various things that they mix up together to feel high. Some people must have introduced them to that. But to me, because of the way I grew up, when I see certain things in young adults or adolescents or youth, it triggers a lot of negative emotions about, I come from a very dysfunctional family, as in dysfunctional. So my childhood was rough and tough, you understand? So each time I see those children, I have a passion for them. I see myself in them, you understand? It's like a trigger that this is what I went through. There was no proper mentoring, a lot of things. So I started, based on that, I started moving from one place to another, thinking maybe I could as well reach out to some of these young adults. The mistakes that I have made as an adult, I don't want them repeat those mistakes. I don't want them. I would have preferred them to, I don't want them to have problems. Do you understand? That's the way I felt. I felt, okay, the ones that were addicted, they could still be like salvaging them. Then the ones that are not neck deep into hard drugs, there is a way we could, help them not to fall into that mistake, or if they are already be initiated before they go neck deep. We might be able to salvage them and bring them towards our own side. So I've been thinking about that, the COVID-19 year, 2019, 2020. But my courage was failing me. Like I was saying, oh, my English, how would I speak English? How would I be able to face crowd? How would I be able to, make them accept me? I started saying, thinking about various inadequacies that might not be able to make me reach out to those children. Then I think on the 25th or 26th or thereabout, September 2021, I was under a particular man of God, and that was how it was. And I was in that church for the very first time. And it was as if this man slept with me in the house, or he has been with me for long. He knew what I was going through. And he started saying, God is placing some things in your heart that you're supposed to do for humanity. But you are looking at your incapabilities, inadequacies. You are looking at a whole lot of things. I don't have the money. I don't have this. I don't have that. And I took my pen right there and then. Unfortunately, I was going to start my leave the following day, which was Monday. And I left that church. I wrote it down that by tomorrow, I'm going to make a move to start reaching out to these children. And most people, when you're starting something new, there were a lot of rejections, a lot of humiliations, mockery. So people even came to me and said, what is this nonsense you are doing? You are not collecting money. Instead of you to rest, when you have off, you are walking up and down, because of what? Are they your children? I had a lot of untold stories. Some even said because I'm Ekiti, there is intonation of Ekiti person who I had a lot. I saw a lot. But at a stage, the following Monday, like I was saying, I just bought 2 cardboard papers and I wrote, what am I supposed to do? And God laid a particular song into my heart before that time that could be a theme for hard drugs. Teaching children about hard drugs. Most of the time, most of the things you teach them, they might forget, but it might not be easy for them to forget that song. That song can stay with them for as long as they are alive. So I wrote the song, I composed it, I perfected it and dropped it somewhere. Then along the line, I started going just to tell them. And the most difficult aspect of when you are starting something is the first step. So if you have a vision, a dream, or something that you think you have a passion for, at times some people will be asking, I don't know my calling. God is calling me, I don't know my calling. It might be that passion that you have that is your calling. Most of us think being a pastor or being called is all about going to the pulpit and be doing and be speaking in tongue. No. Most of the time, it's not. It's not. That your calling might be to reach out to the needy. That your calling might be to reach out to the street kids. That your calling might be a reach out to the aged or the widows or the widowers. You understand? So it's not necessarily, it does not necessarily mean that you just have to be behind the pulpit holding microphone and be praying. That's why you see most pastors these days, they are in abject poverty. They are in abject poverty. Some of them don't even know the call of God upon their lives. Some of them don't even know what God is saying. If you ask them what God is saying per time, they don't know nothing about that. You understand? God has called me, called you. What's the vision? What's the dream? What's the plan? What's the purpose? What's the ending that you are looking at? They know nothing about that. So it is not all the time that we should be thinking. It's all about being behind the pulpit and be preaching. So because over time, I've been to over 200 schools in the last 4 years. talking to young adults, talking to, churches, gatherings on various topics of health. Over time, having to go meet people in this kind of country that we are, to be telling them, oh, good morning, ma, good morning, sir, I'm so person, I have this mission, this vision, I go to school, from school to school, talking to young adults about drug abuse, early sex effect, the pitfalls, the betting, crime, and all that, is one of the most difficult things. That is where I saw hell. I saw serious humiliation. Serious humiliation. And in fact, there was a day I went to a particular school. I used to talk to the either proprietor or somebody. I was there for more than an hour those days. And after telling me that she was going to see me at a particular time, after spending over one and a half hours, almost 2 hours of my time, she told the cleaner that the cleaner should tell me that they don't need me, I should go. And it was, of course, a private school. I kept moving, not perturbed, not disturbed. I kept, holding on before I was able to get access to the State Ministry of Education to have proper approval. And the way God did it was so wonderful. So that's how I started. Even at my place of work, there were a lot of mockeries. There were a lot of ridiculing. They're making jest of me. What is she doing? She's just shouting. And at this point in time, I stopped posting on the nurses platform of my institution. Because I felt they made me to feel, I started having issues with my self-esteem. That is it that this thing that I'm doing, is it that it's not good? Is it that, when you begin to question. So I stopped posting on the platform of the hospital, the Nurses Connect group, and I started posting on the internet. In fact, that became one of the steps that I took. Thank God for social media. Started posting on Facebook, started going to Instagram, YouTube, and all that. Before you know, people started seeing me. What do you do? Can you come to our program? Can you come to our church? Like old student association churches. Maybe they want to do women's program. We talk about breast cancer. We do this and that. Then as God will have it, about 3 months or down the lane, that was May this year, I was nominated for an international award. It is called Daisy Award, in conjunction with Nigerian Association of North American Nurses, NANA. And it became the peak. I saw it as, oh, so doing community volunteering could bring me to the world map. Yeah, if you go on Google, you will see it. You go on YouTube and all that. It's been so amazing, though it has been rough. But when you know what you are doing, when you know what you are called for, it becomes so easy. And I want you to know that it is not all the time that your calling will be associated with money. At times, you might need to spend money. You understand? Because that's your calling. Not necessarily that my calling. Some people now, if they are in church and they have just 2 or 3 members in the church, they will be discouraged that people are not coming. Or they are doing social media like they are doing live programs and people are not coming and they are like, oh my God, nobody in the church. Is God not calling me? What is God saying? If it is only one person, in fact, if there is no other person, I'm okay. You understand? It's not about crowd. It's not about multitude. It's about, are you imparting life in that your little corner? So I want to encourage you. This is foolish for you. I've been through a lot in the past 4 years trying to reach out to the young adults. You understand? And of course, I know there's something we call ripple effect. You talk to one, that one can, be able to talk, might be able to talk to 10, and 10 times 10, and that's the way everything has been working. So don't give up on your dream. Don't dream. Hold on to it, dear to your heart, and keep pushing. I'm your friend, no solution. That's just the brief history of what I do. You are doing women's anniversary, men's anniversary. We talk about prostate cancer for men. We talk about hard drugs too for men. We talk about, mental health, health awareness. We talk about social relationship. How is your relationship with your children, with your wife and the other family members? We talk about, so young adults, we talk about the effect of drug abuse, the pitfalls of what we call early sex, betting, how they can stay away from crimes, adolescent problems, various questions that they have, they don't know where to turn to, and of course, career and youth development programs. I've been, to so many of such. To our women, we talk about infertility, to the people to some group of women, those specialized. We talked about breast cancer, how you as a woman can aspire to do greater things with your own life and future, and a whole lot of things. And besides, I'm a gospel artist. I have 2 albums to my name. The first is, my stage name is Prophetess Folisho Iriwolide. And I have 2 albums that has 13 tracks. The first one is Etitobito, How Great Thou Art, Oh God. You can see them on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, and all that. Even you can see them on Instagram. Then apart from that, the second album is Amorenimi. Amorenimi in Yoruba is just be, Lord, I'm your clay, you are the potter. Remold me if I have been dented. And the first one, Etitobito, is, oh Lord, how great art thou. That one has 7 tracks, and these are 6 tracks. And another one is cooking very soon. I'm not after the financial gains. The Bible says, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. The end will, of course, justify the means. Keep serving. Keep doing what you're doing. God has not forgotten you. He has you inscribed on the palm of his hands. His rewards are coming. All those ones, I have plenty follower. I have this and that. It is good, right? Because you think you are going viral. But let God himself announce you. You understand? Keep sowing. Keep moving. Quitters never win. You will get there, because I did get there. See you in the next video. And bye-bye for now.